No matter how much progress we make, there's always more to learn about ourselves and psychology. So, here are 10 mind-blowing psychological facts you need to know. Number 1. Beginnings and ends are easier to remember than middles. A study published in Frontier of Human Neuroscience found out that when people are asked to recall items from a list, they are most likely to think of things from the very end or from the very beginning. The middle gets muddled, which could also play into why you remember the end of a presentation, but not so much about the middle. Number 2. It takes 5 positive things to outweigh a single negative thing. Our brains have something called a negativity bias that makes us remember bad news more than good, which is why you quickly forget that your coworker complimented your presentation but keep dwelling on the fact that a kid at the bus stop insulted your shoes. To feel balanced, we need at least a 5-to-1 ratio of good to bad in our lives. Number 3. Food tastes better when someone else makes it. Ever wonder why that sandwich from the takeout place down the street tastes better than the ones you make at home, even if you use the same ingredients? One study, published in the journal Science, found that when you make yourself a meal, you are around it so long that it feels less exciting by the time you actually dig in, and that subsequently decreases your enjoyment. Number 4. We aren't as good at multitasking as we think we are. Research published in the Journal of Experimental Psychology shows that even when you think you are doing 2 things at once, what you are actually doing is switching quickly between the 2 tasks. You are still focusing on one at a time. No wonder it's so hard to listen to your partner while scrolling through Instagram. Number 5. You're programmed to love the music you listened to in high school the most. The music we like gives us a hit of dopamine and other feel-good chemicals, and that's even stronger when we are young because our brains are developing. From around the age of 12 to 22, everything feels more important. So we tend to emphasize those years the most and hang on to those musical memories. Researchers have uncovered evidence that suggests our brains bind us to the music we heard as teenagers more tightly than anything we'll hear as adults, a connection that doesn't weaken as we age. Number 6. Dopamine makes you addicted to seeking information. Have you ever found yourself endlessly scrolling through your social media feed? It all has to do with the dopamine-seeking reward loop. When you're on your phone, you are stimulating dopamine. Many people know dopamine as the pleasure chemical, meaning it makes you seek enjoyment and pleasurable activities such as food, sex, drugs, etc. But dopamine also makes you seek information and become curious. So, when you're looking at your feed, your dopamine loop becomes engaged and makes you want to keep scrolling to look for more information. The scary thing is, you will never be satisfied with the amount of information. You will likely continue to scroll through your feed until something interrupts you. Number 7. Being alone for long periods of time is as bad as smoking. Did you know that lonely people are 50% more likely to die prematurely than those with healthy social connections? This is because of several different factors. First, loneliness reduces immunity and therefore increases the risk of diseases. It also increases inflammation in the body, which, like smoking, contributes to heart disease and other chronic health conditions. Being lonely also results in stress affecting you more emotionally and mentally, which has an effect on your overall health. So, if you're feeling lonely, make sure you're taking the steps to combat isolation. Number 8. Being in love is biochemically the same as having a severe obsessive-compulsive disorder. It's often said that when you're in love, you're a little bit crazy. That may be true, said Donatella Marazziti, the person who discovered this fact. The beginning phases of love often appear like an obsession, which led people to consider the possibility that they may be neurochemically similar. Neuroscientists have linked the serotonin transporter 5-HT to both neuroticism and sexual behavior as well as obsessive-compulsive disorder. A study was done with 20 subjects who had fallen in love in the last 6 months and unmedicated OCD patients, and it was found that both groups had significantly lower density of the 5-HT transporter. Therefore, your brain treats love and obsession very similarly. Number 9. Singing reduces anxiety. Singing in the car or shower is a great way to fend off anxiety and depression. Let's say you're driving into work and you're about to give the most important presentation of your life. Naturally, you're a nervous wreck. So how can you keep yourself calm? Turn on your favorite song and sing as loud as you can. Sounds ridiculous, but singing floods your brain with endorphins and oxytocin. Both of them relieve stress and improve your mood. They make you feel comfortable while keeping your heart rate and cortisol levels low. Number 10. Being sarcastic can improve the health of your brain. While sarcasm can be insulting, it's one of the most common signs of intelligence. Sarcastic people tend to be quick, witty, and creative. Their sarcasm may make them unlikable, but they excel at thinking outside the box. Biologically, sarcastic comments require quite a bit of brain function. You have to understand tone, meaning, and perspective instantly, then spin them around in a way that makes something funny. This is why sarcastic people are so good at understanding abstract concepts and solving complex problems. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, be sure to subscribe.